Bonjour YouTube, welcome back to our channel. We are back in Fontainebleau at the Château de Fontainebleau, and we're going to be taking you to the Royal Chapel of Saint Saturnin right behind me. Let's go. On y va. So we're having coffee before we start the visit. One thing I love about this courtyard is that you have the cafe. You can sit here, have your coffee before you go for a visit. And it's lovely. It's a royal chateau at the end of the day, you know. There are coffee shops outside the chateau, but we highly recommend this one. And the coffee is really good. And the prices are actually not so bad. We're actually super excited about today's visit because the chapel we are going to see is usually closed to public. And the last time I saw it was back in 2018. For Sinan, it's the first time ever. We start our visit in the Oval Courtyard, or La Cour Ovale in French. This is the oldest part of the chateau and used to be the main parade courtyard used by the royals and the nobles. From here, the chapel isn't perceivable apart from its little bell towers sticking above the main facade. From the garden, only the chapel's apse and its lantern are visible. This is not simply a chapel inside the domain, it is the part of the chateau that tells the whole story of this place most clearly. Crossing la salle de bal of Henri II, we enter the upper chapel of Saint Saturnin. It was designed to be exactly what it looks like, a room for royalty. Similarly to La Sainte-Chapelle in Paris, our episode from there is linked in the top comment, and confirming to the tradition of great medieval palatine chapels, Saint Saturnin was built on two levels. The hierarchy is architectural and functional, as these chapels served the liturgy of the court. Up here, that devotional life happened at the level of the king and his household, organizing the entire rhythm of Catholic religious practice within the palace.
While the chapel is much older, this space was rebuilt starting in 1531 and completed in 1546 under the direction of Gilles Le Breton, the master mason responsible for the construction works at Fontainebleau under François I. Coinciding with other transformations of the chateau, this chapel naturally took on the ideas of the Italian Renaissance that greatly influenced the construction in general.
The chapel was consecrated in 1169 by Thomas Becket, the Archbishop of Canterbury, who was living in exile in France at the time. We've spoken about him in our video from Lyon and the visit to Fourvière. Link to that video is in the pinned comment. Becket had fled England in 1164 after a conflict with King Henri II Plantagenet over the rights of the Catholic Church. He spent 6 years in France under the protection of the French king. 1 year after consecrating this chapel, he went back to England and was murdered inside Canterbury Cathedral. The chapel was dedicated under a double invocation, the Virgin Mary and Saint Saturnin, which is where it takes its name. Now if you look at the side windows, you will notice they are blocked off. This is due to the fact that the chapel no longer stands as a freestanding building. It was gradually enveloped by the chateau as Fontainebleau kept growing, first under François I, then significantly under Henri II. It was him who transformed the loggia built on the side of the Cour Ovale, under the supervision of Gilles Le Breton, into the monumental salle de bal that we just walked through. This process of absorption is one of the most telling things about Fontainebleau.
If you haven't seen our previous visit to Fontainebleau, we highly recommend it, as it explores the chateau in depth with visits to the private apartments of Napoleon I and the theatre of Napoleon III. The chateau was never finished in a traditional sense of the word. It remained a work in progress for centuries, constantly being altered by different monarchs. We descended into the lower chapel and it's a whole different experience. Where the upper chapel speaks the language of royal authority, this space does something quieter, letting the light change the mood, and this shift is not accidental. During the reign of Louis-Philippe, this chapel was restored and large stained glass windows were installed as part of those works. These windows were made at the Sèvres manufacture, based on drawings by Princess Marie, Louis-Philippe's daughter, and executed by the glassmaker Émile Vautier. If you haven't seen our visits to Sèvres and Dreux, we highly recommend those episodes for a deeper look into the manufacture and Louis-Philippe's appreciation for it.
Similarly to La Sainte-Chapelle, the lower chapel was more accessible, grounded, intimate, and for different people. Contrary to the upper chapel, history feels less like an argument and more like a presence here. The Gothic elements are striking, while the Renaissance is almost non-existent. Indeed, the 19th century restorations also left their mark, but mainly on the interior decor. Personally, would much prefer to attend the service here in this chapel It feels more spiritual and almost functional to this day. As we wrapped up our visit, we couldn't help but feel that Saint Saturnin is probably the most significant part of the chateau, if you'd like to see the historic record of architectural changes done at Fontainebleau over centuries. Yet, it also serves as a reminder that it was a place where people came to be still.
It was not only a ceremonial object, it was a place of daily Catholic religious life, repeated for centuries, where the court, for all its ambition and spectacle, kept returning to something older and quieter, and perhaps more important than itself.
Got another coffee, and I just wanted to say a few things about the chapel itself. First of all, you cannot visit this chapel. Apparently, it's not open. They only open it for the first Sunday of the month, and I'm not even sure if it's going to continue like that. It's the first time I saw this. But frankly, I think they should open it up because it's absolutely gorgeous, especially the first floor. Not the first floor, sorry, the ground floor. I don't know. I just feel like it's a hidden gem in the chateau, and it should be open to people. You know, you should be able to go and see it. It's absolutely fantastic. Highly recommended if you get to see it. You can check out their website from time to time. Probably they will put it up, but absolutely amazing. Let's see what Sinan thinks.
My favorite one was also Chapelle Basse. They didn't open it to public because you need to conserve this area and you cannot just keep it open all the time. Plus, if you keep it all the time, you need to put a security and just extra expenses.
Well, I didn't mean to keep it open all the time. What I meant is open it to the visits with the guide. Like, you know how they do in Versailles, for instance. You want to go to a special area, you have to go in with a guide. They control who goes in, how many people go in. You know, it's just one of those places that I think should be shown to people. It's so beautiful. Let us know anyway in the comments, what do you think? Do you think it's gorgeous? I think it's absolutely one of my best favorite chapels that I've seen so far.
So I can easily say that I really like this chapel. It was beautiful, literally, it was magnificent. It's just wow. It's a hidden gem in the chateau. Thank you for joining us, and that's it for today. We hope you liked this episode. If you would like to see more of these videos, please don't forget to like, share and comment below. And until the next one, au revoir.